Marcus, the hotel manager of Paradise Hotel, is thrilled he has achieved budget room revenue of 300,000 in all 3 months of 2026. He's all ready to pop the champagne. But wait, is he missing something huge? But achieving room revenue is not the same as market share, not by a long shot. Why? Because room revenue achieved is applicable only to that hotel. But a hotel is not operating in vacuum. It has what is known as competitive set in the industry. They are active competitors who could be taking business away from them. Hotel owners obsess about market share, which is market position achieved actually. It is the holy grail of hotel performance. Market share is not a nice to have KPI. It's an essential KPI to be budgeted for so that you can continue to exist in the market you operate. Are you budgeting, measuring, and tracking market share in your hotel? Leave your comments below. Why is it suicidal to not budget for market share? But more importantly, what did Marcus find out about the performance of his competitors to his Paradise Hotel? And then the financial truth bomb explodes. Before we find out what the financial truth bomb is, it is important to realize that budgeting for a market share target is not a nice to have. You will see how it is literally going to save your bacon. Markets was soon going to realize that. Let's now get back to the financial truth bomb that fell and the 4 pillars of competition analysis that are going to be preventing that. Marcus got hold of the competition performance report from STR, the hospitality world's conscience keeper. These are popularly known as STR reports. Marcus was quite shocked at the competition report. Paradise Hotel was way behind in room revenue compared to the market in all 3 months of the year in which he was all ready to celebrate. The competition indeed had been stealing business from them. Let's see a quick example. How? Using April as an example, Marcus could see that the Paradise Hotel was behind by 19%, which is almost 1/5 or 20%, a significant lag. More importantly, he was to learn the power of the market penetration index. You will now know why you should budget for this critical KPI. Well, so that you can end up with a powerful room revenue budget or forecast that shows you exactly where you stand in the market within the competitive set. Do you conduct a competition analysis for your hotel? Do you know the market share for your hotel? It'll allow you to stay and perform well in the market you operate in. Survival of the fittest. Leave your comments below. Instead of conducting competition analysis and learning more about hotels who are stealing your business, many hotel managers tend to just blame market situation. That's also the reason why they do not budget for market share and track the progress as well. Let's get to the 4 pillars of competition analysis and see how they can save your day. 4 pillars to focus on in your budget: direct competitors, fair share, market share, and key metrics. Why? Because you need to understand what each is contributing to your market share. The first pillar in the competition analysis is to understand the basis itself for how Paradise Hotel's competitors, the direct ones, are chosen. Direct competitors are those 4 or 5 hotels which provide similar products or services to Paradise Hotel. Is it location-based or is it concept-based? What then is the direct competition criteria? Check how your hotel determines its direct competitors. Location-based goes based on hotels located close to your hotel, while concept-based may not be taking into account hotels near your location, but whose concept is similar to yours. Actually, competitors are chosen by a mix of both. The second and third pillars in competition analysis are critical, and they allow you to understand 2 powerful calculations about your direct competitors: fair share and market share, and what they are based on. How do fair and market share differ? Let's see. So how does one calculate these fair share and market share? Here is where the hotel's rooms available and rooms occupied rooms come into the picture. These 2 calculations lead to the powerful concept of market penetration. Let's see which are the 2 metrics that are calculated to track market share. Let's first tackle fair share. As you can see, it's based on rooms available, while actual market share takes into account the rooms occupied. In both cases, you're comparing your hotel with the market. And then there are many indexes in market share calculation. Let's look at pillar 4. We'll be looking at 2 most important. The market penetration index we talked about earlier is the concept that underpins both these indexes. However, both go about it in different ways. Let's see how they work. Market penetration index shows you, given your rooms available, can be considered as supply, how much demand or rooms occupied your hotel is actually achieving. In a way, you're saying that if your hotel rooms available is 10% of your market rooms available, then did you get less than or more than 10% of market rooms occupied or demand? In short, did you under or over penetrate your market? Market penetration allows you to literally see where you stand vis-a-vis your competition. Are you tracking market penetration index for your hotel? Market penetration index, while insightful, has one major defect. It's purely occupancy based. You have no clue as to how pricing or ADR is doing. Most often, it is price that influences business volume, occupancy, both up and down. So what's the solution? Well, you have in your arsenal the most powerful tool or KPI for dealing with that. Let's find out what and why. RevPAR index shows you, given your rooms available, supply, how much demand, rooms occupied, as well as ADR your hotel actually achieved. In a way, you're saying that if your hotel rooms available is 10% of market rooms available, then did you get less than or more than 10% of market RevPAR? In short, did you under or over penetrate your market, but using RevPAR? RevPAR index completely quashes the single dimension argument that is directed at market penetration index. It considers both occupancy and average daily rate in its calculation. It gives you the most accurate measure of how you're faring in RevPAR in your competitive set. Do you use RevPAR index in your hotel? Leave the comments below this video. Use the powerful tool of RevPAR index in your market share calculations. It may well fix the reason you are falling short in occupancy consistently. But hotel managers, although understand what market share is in the industry, hardly take steps to incorporate that into their budget estimates. What do? They focus on room revenue in budgets. Only estimating your revenue performance and not comparing it with your competition. You should be comparing yourself to competition all the time. See to the right of the screen. Not just your performance, but your competition's performance. Earlier you saw you had hit budget in all 3 months. So you should focus on market share rather than revenue achieved. Your budget needs to include market share. Set market share strategies and devise ways to achieve it by regularly checking yourself with your competition performance. Marcus understood how market penetration worked, for which he had to dive into room inventory management, and he would do that using the RevPAR index. Want some assistance on that? Are you measuring yourself with the right tool? Otherwise, it will lull you into a false sense of performance. Only RevPAR index will give you a comprehensive picture of your performance versus your competition, but it will also serve as a warning of something being off. What? You want to know? Let's find out. Marcus has to determine how to improve market penetration with the RevPAR index. It's the ultimate reflection of high market share. And he has to do that by going into the room inventory management process and find out why it is not as efficient as it should be. But not to worry, we have that covered. Want to know whether Marcus succeeded or not? Watch the room inventory management video being pointed to above.